Welcome back to Adventures in Search and Rescue in the mountains of northern New Mexico. This mission highlights what you're not supposed to do when you are lost in the mountains. In this particular mission, again, it was about 9 or 10 at night when I got called out as the IC to report that 2 people had been hiking on the Borrego Bear Waller Trail and had not returned as they were supposed to. There was an indication that they were down near Bishop's Lodge, and so we traveled out there up a dirt road to a point where we thought they might be. In this particular case, the New Mexico State Police were on scene, and in coordination with them, they had their helicopter up with a huge spotlight, and were actually able to spot our 2 subjects who, after hiking down the Windsor Trail and realizing that they were lost, and the sun was setting, decided for some reason to bushwhack through the heavy brush. That's what you're not supposed to do. If you're lost on a trail and you're not sure where to go, the best thing to do is just to sit down and wait. If you've followed the key elements of safe hiking, the first of which is to tell someone where you're going, what time you plan to be back, and if you're not back, they will know to call 911. And of course, tell them that when you do return, you'll call them and tell them you're back safe and sound. There are a couple of number ones, that being the first one. The second one is that if you're out there, you need to stay warm and dry overnight. And to stay warm, you must stay dry. And so I urge everyone that goes out hiking, even if you think it's just for an hour hike late in the afternoon, bring a oversized poncho or any kind of poncho that'll help keep the rain off of you, or snow if it's that time of year, so that you can stay dry and thus warm until search and rescue finds you. It may not be the cozy warm of being tucked into a bed at night, but it will be sufficient to keep you safe through the night until you're rescued. There are other things you can probably do, which we'll discuss at some other time. In any event, this couple, a young woman and a young man, decided to bushwhack and got further and further lost. The state police helicopter, as I pointed out, was able to spot them, and the state police had deployed a ground team. One of them, a former Army paratrooper, experienced combat veteran like myself, who had led that team and was able to find the young woman before we had to deploy any search and rescue people. And then, though I had originally asked them to take the same route back, he being an experienced navigator in the wild, I asked permission to come back a different way. And as usual, I would always accede to the request of people in the field, because, as I've said before, they are the eyes and ears of people, and they may have a better feel for what's a safe way to go. And so they changed their method of evacuation from the find back to where we were at incident base. And they were able to return the 2 young people safely, and they were both in relatively good condition, and were then transported back by state police to their vehicle, which was many miles away at the Borrego Bear Waller trailhead, and so they could drive home safely and have a tale to tell. In another post, we'll talk about some of the safety tips for being safe in the wilderness, in the mountains of northern New Mexico. But for this mission, that's it. Thank you.